You carry a wound that no one else can see. And some days, you forget where your life ended and the weight began. And suddenly, where there used to be solid ground, there is only this, a great divide between who you were before and everything you became after. Resentment is a bridge you build towards someone who has already walked away. You spend years carrying the stones, breaking your back to reach a person who has already moved on. Today, we are going to look at the blueprints. We are going to decide which bridges to finish and which ones to burn.
Let me tell you something nobody says out loud. Anger feels like armor. When someone breaks you, rage rushes in to fill the fracture. And at first, it feels like protection, like something solid between you and the pain. You say to yourself, if I let the anger go, I let them win. You say, my rage is the proof that what they did mattered. You say, holding this stone is the only thing keeping me from falling. You think you're building a bridge, but stone by stone, you are building your own prison. And if you stopped building today, what would collapse? When was the last time your shoulders felt truly light? Soon, every room inside you is rearranged around the wound. The hallways lead back to it. The windows look out at it. Even your dreams begin to echo with its shape. You begin to carry the weight of someone else's sin inside your own body. Your shoulders ache with it. Your jaw holds it while you sleep. Your chest is tight with stones that were never yours to carry. And some of them weren't. Some of the stones you're carrying weren't even chosen by you. They were handed to you years ago, when you were too young to refuse them. Some of these blueprints were drafted in childhood. The internal architecture of your mind was drawn long before this moment of betrayal. Your subconscious patterns are old architects, repeating the same bridges because they don't know any other design. And the cruelest irony of all, the person who hurt you is likely put their stone down already. They slept last night. They laughed today. They are living in the present tense, while you are still in the past, building a bridge to reach them, when what you needed all along was to build a life. If you dropped the stone today, who would you become tomorrow? How many stones are you still carrying?
What if forgiveness isn't about them at all? You were handed a definition of forgiveness that asked you to stay near the fire and call the heat healing. That definition was wrong. Some bridges need two builders, two sets of hands, two hearts willing to meet in the middle. You kept building, stone after stone, year after year, but did they ever pick up a single stone? If no one is building from the other side, that bridge was never yours to finish alone. Forgiveness, the real kind, the kind that leads to inner peace, is for the walker, not the person on the other side. Because sometimes the other side of the canyon stays empty forever, and your healing cannot wait for them to show up. Forgiveness is the moment you put the stone down, not because they deserve to be released, not because what they did was acceptable, not because the canyon isn't real, but because you are tired of breaking your own back to carry their weight across a distance they never intended to cross. You do not have to feel the forgiveness first. You simply have to choose it, and choose it again tomorrow, and again the day after that. Forgiveness is not a welcome home sign. Sometimes it is a no trespassing sign. You can forgive the person and still never speak to them again. Both can be true. Your healing does not require their participation. Your peace does not require their presence. Your bridge belongs entirely to you. Some bridges don't lead to people. They lead back to your wound. Now, we must speak about fire. Because some bridges, no matter how long you spent building them, no matter how much of yourself went into their construction, need to be burned. There is a lie we are told about forgiveness, that burning the bridge means you're still angry, that if you truly forgave, you would leave the door open, that walking away means you haven't healed. Burning a bridge is not an act of hatred, it is an act of self-preservation. There are people who, if given access to you again, will hurt you again, not because they are monsters, but because they have not done the work to become anything different. Some people mistake your boundaries for bitterness. They are not the same thing. Bitterness is still building towards someone. Bitterness still hopes they will see. Bitterness is still carrying the stones. A boundary is you putting the stones down and building something else entirely. A wall around your own new country, not a bridge back to the old one. You can release someone from your heart without releasing them back into your life. I want to tell you what it feels like to put the stones down. Not what someone told you it would feel like, what it actually feels like. What would your body feel like without the weight? At first, the lightness feels strange. Your shoulders don't know where to rest. Your chest feels too open, like a room where the furniture has just been moved out. But then, and this is the moment I need you to hold, your shoulders drop. They drop the way a house settles into its foundation after years of fighting the ground. They drop like a breath held since the day it happened. They drop like the last stone from a hand that finally opened. For years, that stone sat where your peace was supposed to grow. It took the light, it took the air, and everything good in you had to grow around it. And here is the strange gift of it. You don't just lose the weight of the anger. You gain back the space it was taking up inside you. Resentment is the most expensive rent you will ever pay for space inside your own mind. You begin to live in the present tense again, not because the past didn't happen. It did. The canyon still exists. The bridge is ash. The scar is real and will always be real. But you are here, and here is where your life is waiting. I want to leave you with this. You are the keeper of your own geography. Every road you build, every bridge you burn, every wall you raise, these are not just choices about other people. They are choices about the shape of your own inner country. You get to decide what terrain is accessible. You get to decide which rivers are worth crossing and which ones are better left wild. You get to decide who has a road into your life and who finds only forest when they look for a way in. You are allowed to acknowledge the past and still refuse to live there. The bridge you build from here, toward your future self, toward your peace, toward the people worthy of crossing into your life, that bridge is worth every stone. But the bridges that were breaking your back, put the stone down and walk toward the life that isn't waiting across the canyon, but ahead of you. Let the river do what rivers do. To forgive is not to forget. To forgive is not to excuse. To forgive is to stop letting someone else's choices determine the architecture of your soul. You have spent enough time at the edge of the canyon carrying stones towards someone who has already walked away. Put the stone down and walk toward the life that isn't waiting across the canyon,
but ahead of you. If this reached something in you today, I want to hear from you. What is one stone you are ready to put down? Leave it in the comments. You don't have to carry it alone into the writing of it. And you don't have to carry it alone into the rest of your life. The far bank is real. The light over there is warm. And you deserve to reach it.